Hello, welcome to the Oklahoma Virtual College Fair. Thank you for joining us this evening. During our presentation, you can ask questions using the Q&A box to ask a specific representative by including their school name in your question, or you can ask a question to be directed for all of our panelists to answer. Your camera and microphone are off. You are muted, and so our panelists cannot see or hear you. We do hope that you will sign up for more sessions. This is just one of many that are being offered, and we hope you'll sign up for additional sessions that are being offered. And also this session is being recorded, as well as other sessions. And we hope that you will go back and watch them after today. They will be posted in about a week at the same page where you registered. Right now, I am happy to introduce our very first panelist tonight, and we'll be hearing from the University of Tulsa.
Hello, everyone. Okay, I'm gonna kick off here with a screen share. Get my presentation up. So, hello, my name is Hannah Smith. I'm with the University of Tulsa. And thank you all so much for joining us in learning a little bit more about our universities here in the state of Oklahoma. So a little bit about the University of Tulsa. We are located in Tulsa, Oklahoma, which is right there in northeast corner of Oklahoma. We are a small private liberal arts institution. So we have about 3,200 undergraduates. We also have some graduate and PhD programs on campus. So total student population is about 5,000. We have a pretty diverse student body coming from all across the United States and all across the world, with about 20% of our student population being made up of international students. So individualization is kind of the name of the game at TU. Because of our small size, we're able to really craft the curriculum for each individual student in the classroom. So with that 11-to-1 student faculty ratio, average class size of 21, students are really able to get to know your professors, and the professors are able to get to know their students. And like I said, craft the curriculum to what you want to see in your undergraduate career, but also link you up with opportunities to get some research experience in your undergraduate years, maybe an internship, so that you can really figure out what it is that you're wanting to do and make yourself really marketable to either graduate schools, if you're wanting to go on to graduate schools post-undergrad, or going straight into the workforce. As far as student life goes at the University of Tulsa, as I mentioned, we are kind of a smaller school, so about 3,200 undergraduates, but the vast majority of our students are living on campus all 4 years. So it makes campus really exciting. There are 6 different dorms available to you your freshman year, and those come in kind of all different shapes and sizes based on your personal preference. So we've had some all freshman community style, all male, all female community style, and then we have some suite style options for students as well. Starting sophomore year, you're eligible to start living in our on-campus apartments, and we have 6 different complexes kind of sprinkled throughout campus for students sophomore through senior year to be able to live in and still kind of be involved in that fun student life that I mentioned on campus. We do have a cafeteria on campus, and then alternate dining options that you'll see over in our student union. You can see pictured here. So over here is a Pizza Hut, Baja Jack's, Einstein Brothers Bagels, Sushi Blue, made to order pasta, made to order salads. So all sorts of things to enjoy on campus. And then we are the smallest Division I football school in the nation. So it offers a really unique student experience for our students, we think, to be able to get that individualization in the academic space, but then also cheer on our Division I football team and basketball teams and soccer teams at those home games. All students are offered free admission to all home games, regardless of the sport, regardless of the game. So if that's something that is really important in your college life that you really want to take advantage of, we've got that for you at the University of Tulsa. If that's not your speed, we also have over 200 student organizations that you can get involved in outside of our Division I athletics. So those come in again, all different shapes and sizes based on your personal preference. We've got campus ministries, intramural sports, Greek life, honor societies, pre-professional organizations, multicultural organizations. So there is something for every type of student at the University of Tulsa. I do kind of briefly want to mention the city of Tulsa. So I think it's really important that we kind of take note of the city that surrounds the university as well as the university that you're committing yourself to. So the city of Tulsa, we have a really thriving art and music scene. We have a lot of fun things to get off campus and enjoy in the city. So you can kind of start making connections in the city if that's where you're wanting to land after you graduate from your undergraduate years. So lots of fun things to do in the city of Tulsa and explore as a college student. I do want to talk briefly as well about how to get to the University of Tulsa. So we have two ways to apply for admission. So we have our online application called the Tulsa U application. We also are members of the Common App. And for spring 2021 and fall 2021, we are test optional. So we're not going to require that test score from you to be considered for admission. So the only additional thing that we're going to ask for as part of your application for admission is your official high school transcript. And there are two things that we ask students to do to kind of supplement their application that are optional, but are highly recommended. So one is a talk with Tulsa or an admission interview with your admission counselor. That just kind of gives us the opportunity to get to know you a little bit better as a person. And then the other one is letters of recommendation. So these can come from counselors, teachers, directors, coaches, anybody in your life that can kind of speak to what type of student you are. And then lastly, we would love to have you on campus for a visit. So we are hosting in-person campus visits right now. Of course, we have all of the physical distancing and masking protocol on campus. So we try and make it as safe as possible for our visitors coming, but we can offer an admission presentation, a campus tour, and then a meeting with faculty that you can see on campus. We also have a lot of virtual options, so feel free to take advantage of those on our website. You can follow this URL and see all of the different options that we have in order to learn a little bit more about the University of Tulsa. Thank you for your time tonight.
Great. Thank you so much, Jana, for sharing the University of Tulsa with us. You can see a copy of our schedule right here for this evening. We are Bax A2. So our next presentation will be from Connors State College. Hey Chandler, we can see you, but your mute is still on, and
I am trying to share my screen. How are you guys?
Take your time. I'll stop my share if that helps you as well.
You're good. Okay, so my name is Chandler Young. I am the Assistant Director of Recruitment here at Connors State College. This is a very special place for me to be. I graduated from here in 2015 before moving on. So I hold a very special place for this school in my heart. It is a two-year junior college. We are kind of, some will call us northeast corner of Oklahoma. Some is gonna say it's closer to central. We are down I-40, about an hour from Fort Smith, Arkansas, about an hour from Tulsa. Just under 2,000 for our student population here. We do have two campuses. One is here in Warner, that is our main campus. That is where our dorm buildings are. And then we have a port campus in Muskogee, which is where all of our healthcare programs take place. So I just want to share a little bit of information about the school with you guys. So to start off, November 1st is when our applications open. We are being test optional right now. So what we are requiring are official high school transcripts. If you've taken any concurrent classes, we will need some transcripts from those universities. Immunization records, which is your shot records. And if you have your ACT scores, we will take those. But like I said, test optional right now. So where to apply? If you guys will go to connorsstate.edu, there's a big orange square button right in the middle of the home screen that says apply. It'll take you about 10-15 minutes to get through that application, and then you will receive an email to the email that you provided about your next steps and where you need to submit those documents to. So after you apply, the next step is to get advised to get enrolled. With the new protocols that we do have in-person advising, or we can schedule a Zoom or phone call to advise. Whatever you feel safest with doing, we have the option for you. After you get enrolled, you will end at admissions. They will get you set up with everything else you need, from your parking pass to student ID and a list of books to go to the bookstore to get your books. As for financial aid, we do have our financial aid department here on campus, and they are actually already taking phone calls in regards to help for FAFSA, our school code, scholarships, anything and everything that has to do with financial aid. So if you guys have any questions at the end of this, I will have some information where you can contact us, and we will have financial aid advisors to walk you through FAFSA if you need assistance. So talk a little bit about the majors that we offer and what the tuition is here. We have 37 different degree programs, 13 of those being agriculture. With the healthcare option in Muskogee, we have nursing, OTA and PTA, that's occupational therapy assistant and physical therapy assistant. We do have pre-nursing as well. So if you're a high school senior interested in going into our nursing program, definitely get a hold of us and we'll talk about the pre-nursing requirements and getting going in that. As for our tuition, so being a junior college, it's going to be a little bit cheaper on your pocketbooks. So right now that we have right here up on the screen, this is based on 12 credit hours, and this is out the door with no tuition assistance. So $6,200 approximately for a full-time student for a semester. Once again, that is before FAFSA, Oklahoma's Promise, any scholarships or tuition waivers that you bring in. Off to the side, there is a list of our majors that we offer. So anything, like I said, from agriculture, general studies, mathematics, pre-law, nursing, anything of that nature we do have here. Outside of those majors, we do have a few minors that we've started up. One is going to be an arts program. They're trying to start a theater and musical class. So come next semester, those should be off and running as well. To talk a little bit about our competitive teams we have here on campus. So there's men's and women's basketball, softball, baseball, rodeo. In the top right corner is our men's and women's cross country. And then in the middle of the screen there is our shotgun shooting team and our archery team. At one point in time, those were combined, so now they are separated. So if you're better archery or shotgun shooting team, there is the option to do either or. At the very bottom is going to be our livestock judging team and our livestock show team and our cheer team. And we have added a dance team. So if you're interested in any of those sports, the coaches have had to do recruitment a little bit different this year with all the protocols going around. So at the end of this, once again, I'll have my information there. So if you're interested in playing on any of these teams, definitely get in contact with me and we'll get you in contact with the coaches. The next thing is our dorms. So like I mentioned earlier, we only have dorm buildings on our main campus, which is in Warner. We have 2 dorm buildings. So this pictured here is an example of Miller's Crossing. It is both female and male dorms. It's 3 stories. It's a suite style like living. So you have your own private bedroom and bath. So this is the information to get in contact with us. So if you guys want to take a screenshot or jot this down, this is our information. And lastly, for any updates, important meetings, any information, you can follow us on YouTube, social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Thanks guys for joining.
Great. Thank you so much for sharing Connors State College with us. Our next presentation will be Rogers State University.
Hey guys, how's it going? See if I can get this going. All right. So my name is Jake Swiskett. I'm a recruiter here at Rogers State University. We're unique in the sense, so we're an open admissions university. That just means there's no minimum ACT, no minimum GPA to be accepted. We have our main campus here in Claremore, Oklahoma, which is about 45 minutes to the east of Tulsa. We have another campus in Pryor and Bartlesville as well. Our mission here at Rogers State University is to ensure students develop the skills and knowledge required to achieve professional and personal goals in dynamic local and global communities. Here at Rogers State University, we have over 40 clubs and organizations. Yeah, as you can see here, we got some broke down by major related, diversity related. We have the Native American Student Association. We have campus involvement from Student Theater Association, our organization Recycling Club, and then outside interests like the Bass Fishing Team, College Democrats, and Republicans. When it comes to campus activities, the week before school starts, we have Hill Camp orientation for those freshmen to come in, make some friends, just kind of get a lay of the land. Welcome week, we have big tent day, which all of our student organizations, clubs go out on the lawn, and you can go through and see which ones might pique your interest. We also have intramural sports, everything from flag football down to ultimate frisbee. When it comes to athletics, we're NCAA Division II. We have men and women's baseball and softball, excuse me. And then we have basketball, soccer, golf, track and field, a soccer team, cross country, and cheer and dance team. When it comes to living on campus, freshmen get a little bit spoiled. Up here in the corner is kind of a demonstration of what the room would look like. So you still got your 2 beds. Everything that you see there comes with it except for the bedding. Your microwave and your mini fridge come in there as well. If you want to do a private room, that is $400 a semester, and so you can push those beds together, make it a little bit bigger. Your vanity and your sink come in the room with you as well. On the first floor, there you have a full-size kitchen. On the second floor, you have a full-size laundry room, and the third floor is a full-size game room. When it comes to eating on campus, we have the Chapman Dining Hall, which is your buffet style. So you go in, swipe your card. If you leave hungry, that's your fault. So every day we have your grill, your cheeseburger, chicken sandwiches. You have a pizza bar, dessert bar, salad bar, cereal bar for in the mornings. Your Hillcat Hut is going to be your grab and go. Say you're in between classes and you just need something real quick, or you're over there in the dorms and you had forgotten laundry detergent whenever you went to the store. You can go to the Hut and get that. We also have the Hilltop Coffee Shop, which probably serves Starbucks, so the student union always smells wonderful. Just a little bit about the city of Claremore. There's all kinds of boutiques. This haberdashery is kind of a boutique for men, so my wife says. Main Street Tavern's a nice place to eat if you want to kind of unwind, go watch the game or something. We have Food Truck Thursday, so they'll close down all of Main Street, bring in a bunch of food trucks, and then they'll have games set up as well. So you just need to kind of unwind for a little bit. You can go out to the Claremore Lake, or RSU has a nature reserve here on campus. There's a butterfly sanctuary in there as well. When it comes to academics, we have everything from health careers, so pre-med, nursing, allied health. We have pre-athletic training, pre-physical therapy, and pre-occupational therapy, psychology, counseling, small class sizes. So our student to teacher ratio is 19:1. So you're really going to get to know that professor, get to know those students that are in your class as well. Here's a list of our freshman scholarships. So the Centennial, Red and Blue, and the Hillcat Scholarship, we've kind of revamped these this year. We do have 2 competitive scholarship programs on campus. Our President's Leadership class, which is a 21 or higher ACT and a 3.0 GPA, really highlights your service and your leadership capabilities. There's an interview process after that, and that puts you in the running for a $10,000 scholarship each year for 4 years. The honors program on the other side of things is an emphasis on your academic excellence. So it's a 26 or higher ACT and a 3.5 GPA interview process after that. And for lack of a better term, that's a full ride. And the deadline for these scholarships is going to be February the 7th. 80% of our students receive financial aid, and 50% of our students graduate without any student loans. if you guys don't forget, if you have any questions, put them in the chat bar. So applying to RSU is real simple. It's easy. You go to rsu.edu. There's a little red button that says apply now. There's no essays. There's no application fee. It should take about 15 minutes to get done. And you should get an acceptance email letter a few days. Don't forget to complete your FAFSA, which opened on October the 1st. So after you send us you do the application, you'll send us your high school transcripts or transcripts from any other institute that you may have attended, and ACT or ACT scores. And then we have Senior Day coming up on October 31st, November 14th, and November 21st. And you can register for that on our website. Don't forget that honors and PLC applications are due February the 7th. All right, thank you guys.
Great, thank you so much. We enjoyed learning more about Rogers State University. Our next college presenting will be Oklahoma State University, Oklahoma City.
Hello, everyone. I'm going to share my screen. So, give me just a moment. Perfect. I just have one sheet of paper and that's it. All right. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about OSU OKC. My name is TJ Brooks and I'm a recruitment specialist at OSU Oklahoma City. So OSU OKC is a technical college and we're right there in the heart of Oklahoma City across the highway from the fairgrounds. Okay. We're located on Northwest 10th Street in Portland. And we offer associate's degrees as well as certificates. So if you don't want to be in school that long, then that's fine. Just come on over to OSU OKC. We can give you a certificate and say, congratulations. You can walk across that stage with your little tassel and everything. So yay for that. We also have a very simple admissions process. So if you are wanting to just hurry up and complete your application, it takes about 15 minutes, not even that long, probably about 10 minutes to complete the application. And if you have an electronic copy of your transcript, then you can submit that with your application. If not, then you can bring it up to the school or you can even mail it in. Our student to teacher ratio is about 18:1. So we have that intimate setting. So if you're wanting to speak with your instructor after class or even during something, then you can always speak with your instructor about something. We also have free tutoring. So if you're looking to study and you need some help, we have free tutoring that's available for you. And we're very cost effective. So if you are wanting to know about the school, how much everything costs, then you can always go to our website at osuokc.edu. And there's, as soon as you go there, there's a big orange button that says apply now. So click that button, that is how you apply. A lot of our students are really coming to us, especially for concurrent enrollment. So our concurrent enrollment is probably one of the most affordable schools because our fees are very, very super low. And you can graduate with an associate's degree. You can start in your summer of your 10th grade year, after your 10th grade year. We also have student life and many, many, many clubs that are available. So if you're wanting to, if you don't see a club on the campus, then you can start your own club. And that is very simple. You just take 10 people and start your own club. Yeah, so there's that. And we also have several different scholarships. One of them is called the President's Leadership Class Scholarship. And you have to have a 3.0 GPA and consider yourself a leader, okay? One of our admissions process, we are an open admissions campus. So we don't need your GPA, we don't need your ACT, we don't need your SAT scores. Just come on and we can get you into some classes, okay? And as you can see, our top 5 degrees are nursing, management, police science, vet tech, and cardiovascular sonography. A lot of students are like, what is cardiovascular sonography? Basically, it's like the study of the heart and the lungs and how the veins, your veins and your arteries and your blood vessels, how everything moves in sync with your body. There's that, and my name is TJ, so if you have any questions, definitely let me know. Thank you.
Thank you so much for sharing more about Oklahoma State University, Oklahoma City. Our last school presenting and sharing with us today will be Newman University.
Hello everyone, I'm gonna start sharing. Okay. My name is Martina Viale, and I'm actually I graduated from Newman this past May, so I'm kind of fresh through all of this. I want to talk to you about Newman. We are a smaller school. We have 1,200 students, and we have an 18 average class size and 11 to 1 and an 11 to 1 student to faculty ratio, which means a lot of our student gets a lot of attention from the professors. You get to know them personally, and they might even know the name of your pets and recognize you around town. We are located in Wichita, Kansas, which is actually ranked one of the top 10 places to live in the United States. And we are the largest city in Kansas by population. So there's a lot of things to do. You can go to different concerts. There's a lot of like 1,000+ restaurants and 125+ parks. So a lot of fresh air for you as well. We're a Catholic college, but that doesn't mean that you have to be Catholic to come in Newman. And if you're not Catholic, or even if you are, you're not forced to go to daily mass or to any mass at all. We were established in 1933, founded by the Daughters of the Blood of Christ, which is a group of sisters that came from Italy, and we are named after St. John Henry Newman. We're known for those things that you see on the screen, but for the sake of time, I just want to focus on high employment. 71% of our students are employed in their field of study upon graduation. I actually am one of those, in that statistic, I got my admission job in March. So whenever I graduated in May, I already had that job security. I would say we have all these majors that you see here, but the top 3 that students usually go for is any of the sciences, nursing, and any of the business majors that we have. And all the students that are in the sciences usually will go also for a pre-professional program, and we also have pre-law. There's a few misconceptions tied to Newman. One of them is that we are too expensive, which actually is not the case. We're really affordable. We have a free application. We give a lot of generous scholarship, and 99% of our students receive financial assistance. Another one is that it's hard to get into Newman. We've been test optional since 2019, and we really want to recruit by fit. So if you think that you're a good fit, you want that small sense of community, then Newman is perfect for you. Our scholarship, as I was mentioning, we are test optional, so we will only need your GPA or your ACT or SAT. You can send both if you want to. And upon acceptance, you will receive an academic scholarship that ranges between $12,000 to $16,000. We also have special scholarship, which have a deadline of December 1st. We have a full tuition scholarship, and we only give to 5 students. And we also have a AC Community Leader Scholarship, which if you have community service experience and a 3.0 GPA, you can apply for. We also have scholarship tied to majors. If you're interested in art and theater, you could get an extra scholarship. You just have to audition. And if you want a minor in music, you could get another one. And we also have an honors program, which give out $1,000. So apply for that as well. As I said, they have a deadline of December 1st for all the scholarship, and then FAFSA opened up on October 1st. If you need our school code, ask it in the question and I will give it that to you. And those are other things like mid-December, you receive your financial award letter, and then National Decision Day is May 1st, but you can actually tell us before or after, it doesn't really matter. We have 18 athletic teams between men and women, and we're actually the only private NCAA Division II college in Kansas, which means we can give also athletic scholarships. And if you don't want to be a college athlete, you could also do any of our intramural sports. Living on campus is an option. We have 3 different dorms, but whenever you are a freshman, you will be in Karochi Hall, which is a suite style dorm. You're gonna share a bedroom with another person and then share a bathroom with 2 other people. And there's a printers in every single dorm. So every week you get 150 free pages to print, and you can print in the dorms, at the library, or any of the other computer labs around campus. We have a new program that we started this fall, and it's called Navigator, and it's basically a support program that we have for you to be able to then graduate and be marketable afterwards. So it's a process in which you have mentors throughout your whole college career and afterwards as well. And I was a first-generation college student, so I know it's kind of hard, and we want to make sure that you have, again, a lot of support. So we created this other program called First to Go, in which we have some advisors and mentors that can help you with that process as well. Our state-of-art science facilities are actually used a lot by the KU Med students for first and second year. They come to use our cadaver labs, and actually our professors teach those classes. So there's a lot of ways that you can get, that passage between Newman and med school is pretty easy. We have been implementing a lot of different things to make sure that our students are safe. They are meeting in class and they have to social distance, but in starting the week of Thanksgiving, they're gonna go online. We also have a dorm that we use solely for the purpose of quarantining. So if any of our students test positive, they get to stay in those dorms and just receive food and just do classes through Zoom. This is all our social media. We are actually also on TikTok now, so make sure to follow us there. And yeah, if you have any question, you can ask them in the chat. Thank you.
Great, thank you so much. Just a reminder for any of our attendees to ask a question. You can direct it to a specific school or to all of our presenters. We're happy to keep an eye out for that. Since we have some time still together today, I would like to invite all of our presenters to turn on their cameras and kind of join us back as a group. And we'll share ask some questions to be able to share a little bit more information about each of our programs. So thank you all so much. Okay, we'll go in the order that you, for this first question, we'll go in the order you all presented in. And so that will be starting with the University of Tulsa. So for each of our schools, if you would please share some highlight of the student life, student experience. It could be a tradition, an event, relates to any part of the student experience on your campus or anything that your campus community looks forward to each year.
Hey, my name's Crystal Lacey. Hannah did the presentation, but I'm taking the rest for her. So I'm going to talk about homecoming just because it's homecoming week at TU, and my favorite tradition has to be the bonfire. It's the biggest bonfire in the state of Oklahoma, and it's a huge pep rally before our homecoming game. We have a fireworks show, free food, pep band out there, the football team, everybody. Rain or shine, people were out there. So like last year, it was pouring down rain, and we had a full house. So that's definitely my favorite tradition. We also paint the street in front of our football stadium for homecoming, and we are doing that this year, even though with COVID, we're gonna, of course, be socially distant and all those things. The other tradition I would say is my favorite is the fact that when you're done with your very last final as a TU senior, you go and ring the Kindle bell. The superstition is if you ring it before you graduate, you won't graduate. That's been happening for over 60 years. So a really cool tradition. We have, most of our students live on campus, so we definitely have an active campus community.
Thank you. Connors State.
Hi, so I would say that my personal favorite campus tradition that we do is we have a staff versus student basketball game, and we use it as a fundraiser to support our sports teams. So it kind of brings the whole campus together, and the students will come cheer for the students, and you've got all the staff members that are gasping for air, but it's always super funny and it brings everyone together. But I do enjoy our campus. It's a very family feel type of atmosphere here. So our kids are always doing some volleyball games or pickup basketball games. So there's always something going on that our kids are interacting and having fun.
Roger State.
Hi guys, one of my favorite events is kind of a random one. It's called Humans vs. Zombies, and it's a campus-wide Nerf gun war. My office is kind of set up on a hill, and there's a pond at the bottom of it. And one day I saw a bunch of these kids with cardboard going down towards the pond. I was like, oh, I guess they're going to try to like float them or something. Then I look back at the peak of the hill, and there's just this horde of zombies coming down, and the biggest battle I'd ever seen commenced. So everybody gets involved. Everybody on campus really tries to amp it up a whole lot. So that's my favorite thing on campus.
That sounds like a lot of fun.
It is. It's crazy because you come through one of the buildings and you could get shot, and they have events to where you can earn lives back, and it's kind of crazy.
Awesome. So I guess I'm next, OSU OKC. So we don't really have many traditions, but I'll tell you something that happens every semester is a talent show. So you'll have instructors, you have faculty, staff, students come in and do a talent show, and whoever wins, I think they get like $50, but the faculty and staff can't win $50, but the students can win $50. And another really cool thing is the student life. So you can start your own club and even make your own traditions. So that's pretty cool.
Okay, next. As you can tell, I have an accent, so I was part of the MCLO, which is the Multicultural Leadership Organization here in Newman, and I'm actually now the advisor. And we have this tradition in which every year we have a cultural extravaganza, and students that have different culture can showcase them in this. It's not like a talent show, but it's more like they share like their culture, like they do a performance. And before that, we have food from those countries. People like just bring homemade food, or sometimes we go to local shops around Wichita, and then they donate the food for us. And then another thing related with food, because at Newman there's always free food. That's why I look like I look. We have we have sisters that live obviously around the campus, and they have a house that is really close to the dorms. They love to get in contact with the students, and they're actually having it today. They have what it's called spaghetti supper. They make a spaghetti and meatballs, and everybody can sign up to go and eat there, and they just love to interact with students and get to know them, because they are big donors of the school and they really support the students, and they're really proud of us. So that's what I love about Newman.
Awesome. I just love hearing a little bit about every campus experience, and especially the talent show. I'm like, way to go, faculty and staff getting out there. Like, that's amazing. All right. So for our next question, we can go in the same order, just to make it easier for everyone to remember. What is some fun fact or unique fact, something about your school that you think is really awesome, special, interesting, that doesn't come up in your admissions presentations, that is something that I think is just a really cool interest about your institution?
I think I'm going to stick with the homecoming week kind of tradition. So we get asked a lot why we're the Golden Hurricane, because we're in Oklahoma. So back in the 1920s, we were blowing through opponents in football. And at the time, apparently Golden Tornadoes was taken by Georgia Tech, which apparently back then you couldn't take someone's name. I'm not sure. So anyway, what's the next natural disaster? The next best one, Golden Hurricane. Football team voted on it. Here we are 100 years later. So if you ever get a trivia question, also we're the heaviest mascot. According to this list, a hurricane made of gold is the heaviest mascot. So few little trivia facts for everyone.
Hi, so I would say for us, my biggest thing that I would say is interesting to me, particularly is right now, I'm just going to humble brag on our shotgun shooting team. We are the only ones with the national championship. So I think that is super cool, and I'm just going to humble brag on them. So.
One thing I really want to highlight is our esports team. We're the first university in Oklahoma to have a competitive esports team. It's done so well that they took one of our lecture halls, they gutted it, moved in a bunch of high-powered PCs. It's open 24 hours to students and staff, and I hear Domino's deliver straight to the building. So it's done so well now that if you make the varsity team, you're in the running for a dorm scholarship, a book scholarship, and they play everything from CSGO to Rocket League to League of Legends, Overwatch, and you don't have to be a member of the team to use the facility either. Thank you.
Do you have to go to the school to be a member of the team?
Yeah, unfortunately, yeah.
Dang it. Listen, you said Domino's Pizza, I was like, So one fun fact about OSU OKC is that we have a futsal court. A lot of people don't know what a futsal court is. So I basically say it's soccer, half of soccer, like it's condensed version of soccer. That's what it is. So we have a futsal court and our fire protection program. Sometimes you'll see the building, the training center, it's like filled with smoke and it's controlled, of course. But then you'll see, like, you know, what you have in the movies where somebody has a dummy on their shoulder and they're coming out and they wipe their brow and all of that stuff. And I'm like, ooh, la, 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 it looks so good. But, you know, that's one of the really fun things about OSU OKC. So look into it. Mic drop.
I have two fun facts real quick. We actually have the only triathlon team in Kansas. So if you're really into running, biking, and swimming, we have a scholarship for you as well. And then another thing, it's a spooky fact. We have a really old building, the one that I'm actually in right now, and it's haunted. So if you're like ghosts, good for you, but you can actually be here. And sometimes our security, he has a website in which he updates all the students about the ghost stories. And yeah, so he heard them speaking and dancing and singing, so.
Awesome. Oh my gosh. Well, I hope that for everyone attending and watching this later that these, you know, campus events, special programs, sports teams, traditions, you never know when that University of Tulsa mascot fun fact might come in handy in a trivia game. So I hope it also just gives you a little bit of an extra flavor about what makes each of these campus communities special and has maybe intrigued you a little more to get to know each of our institutions. We are coming to the end of our time together tonight, so we just wanted to say thank you so much to, first of all, everyone joining us. We are so glad that you were able to be here and learn about each of these fantastic schools. Thank you to our presenters for sharing about their institutions. Your passion and excitement for the student experience is amazing, and I hope that everyone is excited to learn more following today's presentation. When you close this window, there'll be a link to a very quick 4-question survey. We appreciate any feedback that you can provide for us. Also, just a reminder, this is one of many sessions being hosted, so we hope that you will sign up for additional sessions. And in about a week, you'll be able to find this session's recording, as well as all of the other session recordings online where you registered. Thank you again to our presenters. Thank you, attendees. We hope everyone has a wonderful evening. Thank you so much, and good night.